One. Welcome everyone to the Text Files podcast. I am your host, Connor. You don't need to know my last name. I am joined today by my co-hosts, John Andoni Petroni Laroni Commons, aka Andy. Say hi, Andy.
Ha
And Spencer Short Stack Patty Whack. Give a dog a bone. Hannah. Say hi, Spencer.
Hi.
We are also joined today by our lovely, cold-hearted toaster with a face, the SmackUbot 9000.
Bad take, Spencer.
Did that go through?
Oh,
It
you,
did. It was
you SmackUbot.
Oh, what a handsome
good.
devil.
SmackUbot.
So, who else but SmackUbot?
Now, if this is your first time joining us, the Text Files podcast focuses on discussing technological advances of the upcoming year. I would like to start off with a topic that has been in the works for a long time: the self-driving car. Ever since Google came out and said that they have been in development back in 2010, the self-driving car has been a challenge for many different manufacturers. From Chevy to Honda to Tesla, all have been manufacturing their own brand of self-driving car. Now, however, there is a new challenger that approaches.
The challenger.
A company called Too Simple is in the process of making a self-driving semi-truck. While this is good for the shipping industry, which took a massive blow when COVID struck, I am concerned for the truck drivers that may be losing their jobs in the near future. What do you guys think?
That was really well said. It was like you were reading from a script. I think, you know what? It's definitely a concern that, the trucking industry, I don't know how many people are employed by trucking industry. I'm not a trucker, nor do I know of any truckers or aspiring truckers.
1 second, I'm actually going to fact check that. Go ahead. Keep talking.
That I don't know how many truckers there are. I'm not lying. That's
According to our trusty sources, there are approximately or around 7.95 million working in the transportation field.
Yeah, that's not good. I think if like someone went to these like self-driving truck places and did something, I wouldn't mind that too much.
You know what I think, though? I honestly believe that there is no such thing as a self-driving car. You
Yeah?
want to know why?
Why?
It's a lie by the government to hide the fact that they're giving our jobs to goblins.
Goblins. Exactly. That's what I was just thinking.
God.
How do a car can't drive itself. Who's going to press the gas pedal? The air?
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's important.
There's going to be
The reason goblins work so well for this sort of industry is because they can sit in a little area where the seat is. So nobody can see them through the
It's
windows,
perfect
but they can
size
press
for
on the
them.
pedals.
Yeah, there's going to be a little green guy hiding down there, and he's going to be causing mischief. He's not going to stay in his own lane. He's going to be swerving to the beat of whatever goblin music he's listening to.
Exactly. And I personally, I wouldn't trust these self-driving cars, or at that,
Yeah.
a self-driving semi-truck not to crash into me.
Yeah. Why don't they start with a bicycle?
Self-driving truck got out of control, likely due to goblin interference.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
I mean, listen, they haven't even tried making a self-driving, big wheel, let alone a semi-truck.
Correct.
I think this is a great take.
Spencer, can you fact check that? Make sure they didn't make a self-driving big wheel.
I believe they are called hoverboards.
But people drive those.
True.
That's fair. That's fair. All right.
Next
I'll be
topic.
moving
I've
forward.
grown bored of this one.
We need sources.
Like
I am the
Half-Life?
source.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, like Half-Life.
Source,
Anyway,
trust me, dude.
What does SmackUbot think of this sort of scenario?
Hold on.
Yes.
Let me wake him up. SmackUbot.
Baby back ribs.
SmackUbot?
SmackUbot?
Like you vote?
Did you hear what he just said? That was really weird.
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah,
shit.
no, we really didn't.
It must be goblin
okay.
interference.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
where-
Yeah,
Yeah,
it must be
any
goblin
any
interference.
technical interferences are due to goblins and not the fact that we're all genuinely fools.
Correct.
Exactly.
Goblins give
We
you
are
that
all
heat.
jesters under the crown of a goblin king.
Yeah. Any
Correct.
final words, SmackYouBot?
Yes.
All right. Well said.
Well said. Well said. All right.
Oh,
It's
wait,
always nice to have
wait.
such a
I don't know if-
level-headed figure
Oh.
like SmackYouBot.
Actually, I think the audience is weighing in on that one. Wow, they're loving it.
I'm sorry, SmackYouBot? I
The-
believe there's some sort of interference coming through.
The
Like
audience was
goblins
really
tampering.
loving that.
Yes, I believe so. All right. On to our next topic.
We have
The
so
next
much
on our list
chemistry.
of oh my god. The next on our list is an interesting topic
Is
that
it?
is a development
That would
from
be a
the
first.
disinfecting world. What was that, Spencer?
Oh, no, I just said go ahead to the next topic.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Robert Ford, the CEO of Abbott, will be delivering a speech at CES 2022.
What's
It is
Abbott?
rumored that one of the topics of his speech will be his company's development of high-tech face masks, air purifiers, and other disinfectant tech. Now, this is interesting because back in 2019, Razer, the computer
I knew
company,
you were gonna
came
bring up
out
the
saying
Razer
that they
thing.
were in development of their own mask, the Razer Zephyr mask. Razer claims that their mask is the world's smartest mask with surgical N95 respirators, auto sterilization function, and active ventilation. It's no question
I believe
that
the
we will
Razer
see.
mask also has RBG lighting.
It does. It does have RGB lighting. It is no question that we will see some competition in the disinfecting world. It, however, could not be timed better with the Omicron strand of the coronavirus just recently being announced.
I can't think
What
of
do
a
you guys
more
think?
interesting topic to cover than the disinfectant world.
Listen,
You know,
man,
it
the
really
Omicron
is a,
is coming.
It's a testament to the tech industry's innovation and how they adapt the world around them.
You know what I'm thinking? So they said this is like the smart mask or something that we said.
Mhm, mhm.
What did it get
The
on the
world's smartest
SAT?
mask. You said, what did it get on the SAT?
Yeah, if it's smart, it had to have at least gotten, because I got a
It got a
14.
1600.
Well, I got a 1410 on the SAT, and I don't really think Spencer, can you fact check if it got a 1600 on the SAT? Because I don't think that's right.
It got a 1600. According to my sources, it actually got a 1520.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
don't know if it's the smartest then.
Well, I got a 1410, so I don't know. I think 1520 is still a bit high.
That is true. You know who would have gotten a 1600 though? Goblins. Goblins
Correct.
are so smart. They are constantly eating books and
Actually,
gaining knowledge.
I disagree there. I believe goblins are actually stupid, and through the facet of eating books, they are merely fakely increasing their own intelligence. They are tricksters at heart, and therefore they don't have any real intelligence.
Listen, I've eaten many books in my life, and I know that when I finish a book, such as the Harry Potter franchise, I get even stupider.
Do you eat hardcovers or paperbacks?
What do you think I am?
Hardcovers
I eat
are more
hardcovers
special.
only.
Yeah, it's
I've started like finding
it's a nutritional manner, but we're not
Yeah.
a food podcast.
yeah. I think we can bring it into the technology world. Have you ever eaten like a Kindle Fire?
I have actually.
That is true.
It really hurts, but I think it helps out your IQ quite a bit.
It does. It does. Last time I tried it, I believe I took a test and I gained like some
50
IQ.
pounds.
Yeah.
IQ is good IQ.
Oh yes, we can't forget that there are bad IQs that we need to worry about.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you get a 150 IQ on the dumb person test, that's certainly not very good.
Exactly.
which is only 2 off of Spencer's score, might I add.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe that is mostly in part due to goblin interference as I was taking the test,
No, I think you're just dumb,
and not of
actually.
my own devices.
Goblins.
All right, next topic. What's up, Connor?
Wait, we
All
didn't
right.
even ask the SmackUbot. What do you has
Oh,
to say about
That's
this?
true.
Yes,
What does
yes,
the
we need the
SmackUbot think about
SmackUbot.
this?
All right, SmackUbot, do you have anything to say about this?
No.
All right, cool.
I'm a-
Moving on.
well, it's so nice to have such a level-headed figure in our conversations.
It really is.
Wait, Connor.
Completely unbiased.
Connor, I forgot. In real life, do you have arms?
I do not.
All right, cool. Then my drawing was right.
I was in the you lost him in the accident, right?
I lost them from a goblin, a kitchen goblin, that
A
attacked me in the middle of
self-driving
the
goblin
night.
semi-truck.
Yeah, he ran right through my kitchen with his semi-truck, and then he ran up to me when I was still asleep after the crash, and he cut off my arms.
With a semi-truck. Why didn't you bring that up earlier?
Well, I have PTSD of semi-trucks.
A sad fate.
Yes,
At
truly.
any rate, next topic.
Next topic. The next innovation comes from NASA itself, where the Sierra Nevada Life Space Habitat is in development for NASA's Phase 3 program. The Large Inflatable Flexible Environment, or LIFE habitat, is meant for long-term living conditions for astronaut crews. Sierra has also in the past developed plant systems to feed humans in space, gear motor components that control the robotic arms to collect samples from Mars, and nuclear-powered spacecrafts that will revolutionize space exploration. These life habitats are said to appear like spherical 2-story apartments. What do you guys think of that?
I don't
I think
personally
that's
believe in
incredibly
space.
interesting.
So, Andy, did you say you don't believe in space?
No, I just don't think it's there.
Oh. Well,
That's true. You can never trust goblin interference.
Yeah. Well,
you
see,
can't. Yeah.
because NASA stands for "We Are Goblins." Yay!
Correct.
You
Yeah.
let me ask you a question, Connor. So you know that like they love in school to talk about like the moon, right?
Sure.
In math class, you'll be sitting there, and then all of a sudden it's a pop quiz about the moon, and you have 20 questions, and all the questions are: "The moon is real. Do you agree?" And you have to put yes every time.
Well, I always find that the last question is, take me to your leader, what is your Earth's defense systems? But, yeah, sure.
Well, no, personally, I find that stupid, and you're just lying for the sake of being
I
funny on
believe
the
it is
podcast.
just a simple American duty, just like saying the pledge at the beginning of each day of school to
Well,
do that test.
It is a fact that the piece of the Earth that like fell off to form the moon would have been America too.
Correct.
Sure.
One thing is for sure: if that piece of Earth stayed on Earth, we would have colonized it.
Or Britain. Britain could have, because they were there first.
No, I don't think so, actually,
we
because
don't
they
talk about
smell
Britain on
bad.
this podcast, Connor. We don't talk about Britain.
There's no people that smell bad that have walked on the moon.
That's true.
There have been Russians on the moon, though.
Yes, but they all know what toothbrushes are.
Yes.
But they don't know deodorant.
Well, I'm sure the alcohol drowns it out.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have deodorant, you use alcohol, and if you don't have alcohol, then you jump off a bridge.
Vodka is a
Sure.
very potent chemical.
It is.
It is. It's also a disinfectant.
What?
Yes.
I don't think
It's
so.
basic. It is.
No.
Sure. It's very alcoholic, and it essentially functions as hand sanitizer in some cases.
There's no alcohol in hand sanitizer.
You know what else is an alcoholic? The SmackUbot. What does he think?
Exactly.
Word from the SmackUbot coming in. It takes about 45 minutes to get a transmission through. He's actually thinking ahead of time.
Right.
Sure.
What does he have to say?
That's not okay, Spencer. Apologize.
Did
Incredible.
we not hear the SmackUbot?
I think it's coming back.
It was very- it
I
was
think it's
very
coming on
funny.
way better on your side.
Have you attempted to put the Smacky Bot closer to the microphone?
I'll try. Let's see. Right here, we'll see what the Smacky Bot has to say.
Connor.
Did we hear that?
Incredible. Really incredible.
Listen, the podcast will pick it up. It's fine.
Yes.
Yep. All right. That makes sense.
Moving on.
This is the worst.
Continuing on. Yes.
This is
Yes.
the worst school project that we've ever made.
The next is a recent development in the gaming society. The 2021 Game Awards were just last Thursday, and with it came a plethora of new video games for the
What's that
upcoming
mean?
year. From Nintendo, we are seeing the rise of open-world games such as Legend of Arceus, Sonic Frontiers, and Kirby Forgotten Lands. We also see developments from Star Wars as they plan to make their new game Star Wars Eclipse. After the rousing success of their last game, this is sure to be a hit. There is also a new installment from the Borderlands series, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Wow, I don't know about you guys, but I'm very excited for the year to come. What do you guys think?
I think the
it's
world
great
is
that
going to
Nintendo
end.
is getting more of a spotlight in the gaming industry as the first company to officially accept goblins into their ranks. It is a big step for diversity for them to put out full games.
Now, I didn't mention it because it wasn't mentioned in the Game Awards, but there is confirmation for Breath of the Wild 2, which will include hobgoblins.
Wow.
Fantastic.
It's exciting to have diversity in the video game industry.
I do think, however, that it's a little offensive for them to make the main villain, Ganondorf, clearly a large goblin man.
Incorrect.
Can goblins
Ganondorf
be
is a
large?
I just think that they could have cast it better. You know, they could have thrown in, a goblin with a better reputation, say Dwayne the Goblin Johnson,
Correct.
Evan the Goblin Heart, of course.
or Goblin Jesus, something like that.
Right.
All very real, very strong WWE wrestlers, yes.
My favorite part about this podcast is how no conversation goes anywhere.
Thank you.
It really is just a peak intellectualism and a paragon of the podcast industry.
I don't think anyone would want to stop listening to this, mostly because they would forget it's actually on due to the constant silence.
Correct.
Yeah, I honestly believe that they just imagine people are talking. They're listening to this podcast, but they're not actually listening to anything. It's just goblin magic.
We fill the podcast with dead air, so people can listen to it and just imagine what they would want us to say. So we don't really need to have opinions. They will do that for us.
Correct.
Exactly.
We just give them some sound bites. Really, this whole podcast should have just been made with a series of Smacky Bots.
Truly.
And I must also say that we should probably only do about one more topic because we're about getting close to time. Absolutely. And I'd just love to take these last couple of seconds we have on the podcast just to thank our sponsor that we're about to go to an ad break in a second. Spencer, who is the sponsor of this podcast?
I believe the sponsor of this podcast is G Fuel.
Are you
The
seriously?
sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends. Forget
Raid
all
Shadow
that you
Legends.
know about mobile gaming.
Correct.
I have to download Raid Shadow Legends now to make the video.
Just a second, I am pulling up my script.
I'd just like to thank
You have a script?
Andy, Andoni Petroni Commons for
Today's
coming
video
onto
is
this
sponsored,
podcast.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, one of the biggest mobile role-playing games of 2021, and it's totally free. Currently, almost 10 million users have joined Raid over the last 6 months, and it's one of the most impressive games in its class with detailed models, environments, and smooth 60 frame per second animations. All the champions in the game can be customized with unique gear that changes your strategic buffs and abilities. The dungeon bosses have some ridiculous skills and of their own, and figuring out the perfect party and strategy to overtake them all is currently lots of fun. Currently, with over 300k reviews, Raid has an almost perfect score in the Play Store. The community is growing fast, and highly anticipated new Faction Wars feature is now live. You might even find my squad out there in the arena. It's easier to start now than ever with the Raids program for new players. You get a daily login reward for the first 90 days you play the game. So what are you waiting for? Click on the podcast description, click on those special links, and you can get 500,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your journey. Good luck, and I'll see you there.